Welcome to an out-of-the-box print and play of the week video. Today I'm going to be looking at a card game called Habits. Before I get going, if you like these kind of videos, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. So Habits is a very new game. It doesn't even have an entry on Board Game Geek. It has been designed by Christy Villas for the Board Game Geek 9-card competition this year, but it has been put online so you can build it as a print and play. It comes with this very nice tuck box, and it is in the 9-card solo game category. I'll put a link to the files or the current files, work in progress files, in the bottom of this video if you're interested in building it. So this comes with a tuck box, which is nice. You also need 2 dice and a meeple that represents you. This game is about habits. It's about your good habits and your bad habits and how you can try and maximize your good habits. So we have things like making time versus making excuses. We've got balance versus burnout, stagnation versus exploration, escapism, bit of escapism, drowning out the world. And there's 9 of these cards. I'm going to play them out in a minute. Before I get there, I do want to show you the rules. The rules have been in a very neat way. It's a one piece of A4, and when you make it, you cut along the edge of the A4, and it turns it into a great little booklet. So you get a nice little booklet for your rules without any glue, and I've not seen that before on a card game, and that is really neat. That's a bit of a diversion. Anyway, back to this game. This game is about good habits and bad habits and how you can maximize your good habits. So the first thing we do is we shuffle up our cards, and I'm going to lay them out in a pattern. You put all 9 cards out, and I'm going to take the bottom because that gives me maximum randomness. So it has to be a bad habit at the top, and it's a good, and these are kind of complementary, so you flip them. Good habit, bad habit, good habit, bad habit, good habit, and bad habit. Okay, so this is our layout for this particular game. We put our meeple on our habits. I'm just going to have a quick check. Okay, so as you might have seen before, each of these habits has a good side and a bad side. And you might have seen these patterns on the top corner. What that means is, I'll zoom this one in. This one is exploration. When this good habit triggers, it will flip the cards on those other corners. And on the bad habit, it's the same. When the bad habit triggers, stagnation, it will flip the cards to bad on that side. We'll only flip them, so the bad one will flip more bad habits and the good one will flip more good habits. So that allows us to think about how we can optimize our good habits. To win the game, we have to be all yellow. We lose the game if it's all black or blue and we can't move. We've got some dice. You ask, well, where's the dice come in? Well, when we play the game, we roll the dice. Well, bad habits will trigger automatically, so they get triggered for free, and I'll show you how that works. For us to use good habits, we have to work for it, and that's where our dice come in. So I'm pretty sure I'm just going to check the rules. It's always a good idea to make sure that I'm doing it in the right order. I think the good habits trigger first. Yeah. Oh no, bad habits go first. There we go. Okay, so the first thing we do is we have to trigger our bad habit, which is where we are, and this one will take out the 2 corners. So it'll flip this one and this one, which isn't great. Then our meeple is going to, no, it's not going to move yet, but it will move along our bad habits as they then trigger. We then get to roll our dice, and this is where we have to work for our good habits. And I've got a 3 and a 4, and then in terms of this grid layout, we've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We can spend our dice to trigger our good habits. So if I want to do some staying connected, I better flip this one, which would be handy because we know that one's going to trigger next. Or if I wanted to do rewarding task, it would trigger that one, which would be a waste of time. So I'm going to trigger this one. So I'll spend 3 that way, and I'll spend 2 that way, 2 down, 3 across, which means this one will trigger, and I can flip over that good habit. I've now, that's burnt through that 3, and I've got 2 left. I don't have enough. You have to have 2 dice to trigger a good habit. So I can't do that. If I wanted to, so then bad habits kicks off again. So then we trigger our good habits, we move the cube to the next bad habit, and that will then trigger. And so this one is a T, and so it'll, oh, I'm going to be in real trouble soon. Oh, and the T is the top, so that'll be nothing. So it flips that one. Then it's my dice again. Ooh, I get a 3 and a 1, which is kind of lucky because I can spend the 1 there, and that's going to cost me 2. That means I can trigger this one, which will flip that habit. And then my bad habits go again, so it'll move to the next one down. It will trigger, and it'll take out nothing there, but it will flip this one. And off we go again. Which isn't too bad as long as I don't get a 1, which I did. Okay, so I've got a 1, which means I can't trigger any of my habits. But fortunately, there's another rule. Another rule is that if you get a 6 and you want to spend a 6, you can move any one of your good habits. I think you can move it anywhere. I'll have a very quick look for that. Rearranging habits. Spend 6 to swap any 2 good habits. Okay, so I can swap those 2. But I know that this one's going to trigger next. So it's going to take out whatever's there and whatever's here. But I want to keep this one. So that would be a dumb thing to do. So I'm going to do nothing. I'll let this move along. This bad habit, always being online, we'll flip this one because we've got the square there, which is, I'll show you just to zoom in. There you go. So it's going to take out the diagonals in the top diagonal, which it did. And I am in dire straits. Let's hopefully if I don't get a 1, I'm fine. Here we go. I was lucky. So I'll spend 2 there, and I'll spend 2 here. I'll trigger a bit of escapism, and that gets me those ones back. And I'm back in the game again. And so you can do it event driven when things happen, or you can look ahead and see, because you know that the meeple is going to move down, and it'll move down, and it just keeps on moving through your set of habits, triggering your bad habits. And you can almost work out where I need to move my good habits, what I need to flip, what's going to happen next. So this one's triggering, and it's going to do 2 on that side, which is nothing, but we'll take out that one. And I know that this one's going to trigger next turn, and it'll only hit my bad habits. So I know that my good habits are safe for next turn, and so then I can think about what my options are. And I get a 6 and a 1. That one will trigger this one, which is pointless because I know it's going to get flipped anyway, so that would be a waste. This one will trip that one, which is the same, whereas this one is actually quite useful. So I'll do my good habit on there, flip that one. Meeple will move along. It's going to take out this one, which doesn't happen. I know the next one is going to be this one, which will take out those ones as well. So so if I'm going to take out those ones, so I should target those 2 if I can. So let's see what we get with my good habit dice. 4 and a 3, which is pretty good. So if this one's going to trigger, It's going to take out those two. So that's, no, can't use that one, which is a waste of time. That's a waste of time, and that one's a waste of time. So there's really no point in me trying to trigger any of my good habits, but I can use it as an opportunity to perhaps move something around into a better position. So maybe I'll swap these two, use my 6 to swap those two. So bad habits will trigger, nothing happens. Next turn, it's going to go to this one, which will take out my exploration, and this one. Maybe I try and take that one out, because then I know it'll bounce to that one. So there is a bit of look ahead, and you've got all the knowledge you need. So this is going to take out those two, so I'll lose that one. So maybe I'll trigger that one as a bit of think ahead. So that one's on, but that one's going to do the diagonal and that diagonal. So it'll take that one. So I really want to get rid of that one. But that's not going to help because it's going to take that one out anyway. So there is a danger of analysis paralysis. But maybe I should just take that one out. Can I get that one? I don't think I even can. Fine, we'll go for this one. So I'm going to spend it on there. Trigger this one, which will tag that one. And we'll see how things work out later. Meeple will go cruising up to there. And I'll lose this one. Stagnation hits. Ooh, 1 and 5 isn't very helpful. So it's going to take out those two. Unless I take it out, which I probably should. So if I put a 5 there and a 1 there, I can trigger my giving in to a chance, which will flip this one, which means Meeple will go down to there, and I'll lose that one. But I think we're in a better position. This one will trigger and take out that one. So I'm going to lose that one. We'll see where we go. Oh, 1 and 4, that's not very helpful. But we know that that one's safe, so why don't we put a 4 there and a 1 there, and we'll flip that one. Meeple will move, I'll lose that one, but I'm strengthening up here. Next time it's going to hit this one, which will take out a U under there, so if I could change any of those it would be handy. Oh, 1 and 5. I'll go with this one. It doesn't make any difference. I'll trigger that one, flip this one, and then it will go and take out ones that aren't there. And I am making progress. And he loses his live dice. Okay. Dangers of not having a dice tray. I wasn't going to do the full game, but we'll see how we go. Okay, 2 and 2. This one is going to go to there next, which will take out those two. So if I could take that one out, that could be quite handy. And I can't, which is a bit annoying because this one does diagonals. That one will take out this one. So maybe I'll do that. Don't think too far ahead. Let's get some more good habits on the board and we'll worry about. So this one's going to take out that one, this one. Next one's going to take out those ones. So I really want to knock that on the head. And I can't because I'm not. Oh, I could trigger this one. Yeah, that would work. trigger that one, get me this one, which means my meatball will go down to here, and that one, bad habit, reheated takeout. You see, get the idea. And so it's a process of having a think about which bad habit's going to trigger next, using your dice. If you can't do a move, you could use a 6 to move things around and strategize around. Really nice 9-card game, really easy to build. My build is just printed with a magic card underneath and put in a sleeve. So there you go, that is Habits. Nice little stress relieving game that allows you to think about good and bad habits. I'm going to repeat it again because, hey, you might have got to the end of the video. If so, I hope you like this video. If you like more of these, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll quickly get this in this box, as is my habit. Yeah. Oh, and I made the box by just gluing it onto cardboard and then cut it. There we go, Habits. Great little game.